Hello class, this is Mr. Thompson, and we're going to look at Google Classroom and the assignment, What Floats Your Boat? What we're going to do now is, first day we made our boats, and in our document here for a boat, we were supposed to write and draw a picture of the boat we built, calculate its volume, and then share it on a spreadsheet with everybody in the classroom. Now, when you calculated the volume, you took the length times the width times the height, and you multiply those together, and that'll give you the volume in cubic centimeters. Always measure in centimeters so we can get good numbers, okay? Now, if your boat is a different shape, like it's round or if it's canoe shaped, you want to approximate it as close as you can by taking the area of the base times the height, or the area of the end times its length, and that'll give it to you. Now, you use the formula for the area. If it's a circle, it's pi r squared. If it's a triangle, it's 1/2 the base times the height times its length. If it's a trapezoid, it's line 1, line 2 times height divided by 2. That'll give it to you there. And then you multiply it by its length. So those are the basic calculations. You put those together and it'll get your volume. Now you're then supposed to record the mass in pennies, how much your boat would weigh, and I've put everybody's already in the data table. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the data table that we provide for the class right here. You're going to go up here. Now, I've got one that's pink because the numbers are incorrect. The person measured in the English units, those need to be in the metric units, so please fix that. Now, I'm going to make it file, make a copy, and it's going to be called Mr. T boat data. Yours will say your name, boat data, and then you're just going to click and make a copy of that. Now, in this one, I'm going to convert these into metric, which that's 7.5. Control Z, wrong one. So 7.5, tab 7.5. Now I'm going to clear all that color out and reset it. Now, what I want to do next is I want to make this into a table, a graph. So take the whole thing, and you do that by clicking the upper left corner between the A and the 1. You slide over here to the insert a chart, and now you're going to insert the chart. And now you have to define what's going to be on your graph. Now, there's a lot of data in here. We don't want all this data, and we want to get our data correct. So I'm going to go on the x-axis. I want it to be area. And you'll notice that it kind of fussed around with me there. This time it's area. So I don't need area here. So I want that to be mass. Get rid of the shape. And I want that to be height. I want the second one to be height. And then everything else can go away. Just remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it, remove it again, and remove this one, and we should just about be there. Now we've got a graph. Now, first thing you've got to do is label this graph appropriately. So you go up here to customize. Before you do that, let's get the header rows correctly dialed in. Use column H as labels. Sure, I like that. So let's go up here to customize now. Chart title and axis. Title, this is mass and height of boat versus area. Now the next thing I want to do is go to horizontal axis. That's the thing. And that's going to be the area in cubic centimeters. I want the vertical axis to be mass in grams. So this is mass in grams left, height in centimeters right. Now we're going to go institute those. Now we've got it titled. Let's go to the series. Now we're going to split the two series. We've got mass on the left, and we're going to put centimeters on the right. Very good. Now the next thing I want to do is put data points on this. So the heights of the things are here. Now if we go back up here, and I'm going to make the color a little less obvious. I'll leave it red. That's fine. And I'm going to go back up here to series again. This time I'm going to pick mass. This time I want data labels. Those are the masses. So now I've got a graph that's labeled appropriately. Tells me what's on the left and the right margins along with the horizontal. Now what I want to do is I want to sort my data in different ways. So this is what it was sorted as strictly off of the area. And it looks like as the area increases, the volume tends to increase. So let's do it a little differently. Let's go to data, sort range. That's going to select the header. And this time I want to do it by mass. And this time I want to do it by area. See what that does. And now there it is. Ooh, that's interesting. That gives you a really nice graph. Now, let's do it again. But this time let's do it differently. Let's sort range again. Data. Let's sort by mass. But this time, let's do it by height. See what that does. It almost doesn't change. That's interesting. Let's do data, sort range, header row. Let's do area by height. And do that. Now it's done something differently. But we're really trying to find out which boat carries the most. So going through those graphs, which one of those makes the most sense for you to analyze to use? Now, the next thing you need to do is go up here and copy the graph. And you're going to want to copy this chart and then put it back into your document over here. Now, how does this work? Well, when you put a document, a graph into a document, there's some things that you want to know about it. One, you're going to put it under the A area. Two, you're going to want to insert it not as a graph. You're going to want to do it as a drawing. Now, the reason you want it as a drawing is so you can manipulate the graph once you get it. So here I'm going to put the graph in, paste it on linked, because then you just get a picture of it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to use the arrows and labels to explain your points. So up here you'll get arrows. What I want to point out is, let's say, this one. And then I'll put up a title. 215 grams. Point A. Put in a new point. Let's put in a new arrow. What's the biggest one I got here? Let's go to the smallest. A small height small height and area result in small masses. And we're going to call that one B. Make that a little bigger. And we've done that. And now we save it into our document. Now down below, this could be A and B, and then you could change it and write down what the data points would do. Here, you're going to analyze the different parts of the graph. You're going to need to come up with 6 to 10 analysis statements about your graph. Then from that, you're going to decide on what these data points are telling you. What should you do to the new design that you're going to make of your boat? And then down here, explain why those design changes were made using your data from above. That's all you got to do. I hope that makes it clear for you. Thank you for watching.